Hey guys, this is Scotchman here. I just wanted to show you a quick little project that I did a couple months back before any of the 1.3 updates or even 1.2 updates. I decided that I wanted to build something pretty epic, and so I did this. I posted it to Reddit, but I wanted to make a video just to give you guys a tour and see exactly how it looks from the inside. And that would be my scale model replica of Serenity from Firefly. Let's go take a look. Scotchman. Alright, so we come up. I will do an overview flyby on the outside in a minute, but come up for the inside doors and immediately greeted by the shuttle bay, by the cargo bay, I'm sorry. And we have all these little decorations on the side, the bottom hatch. Of course, at some point I'll be putting in controls to open and close these things, but for now, a good place to stop, I figured, and show off how far I'd got. The tractor on the ceiling, and you may notice over in the corners there are switches, and of course, because any Serenity ship is not complete without its own totally secret contraband storage. So there's one on this side, and I went ahead and put one on the other side as well because I had the space, and why not? I leave some notes around, so if you guys want to play this map later, I'll leave a link to the download in the description, and you guys can let me know what you think. Alright, so this is the cargo bay, and we can head right back. We can go to the infirmary and the common area. I went ahead and just made a rudimentary, lounge. This was, I guess, just when redstone lamps had been introduced, so I built this with working lights, thankfully. I really enjoyed that update. So here's the infirmary, and I put in some snacks and food, and figure if someone was going to use this for a series or just to mess around and play in, it's good to have a food section. So there's the infirmary. Then back here, you keep moving, you get to the passenger quarters. Whoa, that's not what the passenger quarters look like. Clearly because of several things, which I will explain to you. So in the show, the ship doesn't actually exist. It has been built in two sets. So there is the, there is the bottom set, which is infirmary, cargo bay, and living area. And then there is the top deck, which is set actually a little bit to the left on the set, where they do, the cockpit scenes and the live-in quarters scenes and all that kind of thing. So I took some liberties here because I just actually went ahead and put it back in the open cone of the ship. And I built the Firefly core right above it. So, trying to give you an idea of what it looks like on the inside of these, just some rudimentary passenger quarters and some storage area for everything that you need. Above me is the Firefly core, which I will show you in action when I go turn it on. It's off right now. And the back storage section deck. Alright, so we'll head forward and we'll go back to the cargo bay to go up, because I'll explain where these stairs go, which I'm sure you guys know in the show doesn't actually go anywhere, it just stops. Mine does go to the top, but I'm going to show you a route that you're familiar with. And then I'll explain all the technical details like that. So we'll take the front stairs to go up and see the shuttles real quick. Looking down on the cargo bay. This is shuttle 1, or Nara's shuttle. I made it pink, as girly as I could get it, of course. Minecraft limitability, of course. Her bed and the shuttle thing. There's another one on the other side, shuttle 2, which is almost identical. It's just slightly more spaced out, and there's nothing in it. It's just pretty Spartan for storage. And these doors here, which we will come back to. These doors in the show, again, don't open. I had to put something back there because it's a shell that is as close to one-to-one as I could get it, so there's going to be open extra space, which they kind of gloss over in the show, like, don't worry about it, it's sci-fi. Alright, so up here is the neck, and that goes to the nose cone, and the kitchen area, mess hall and engineering. So here's the kitchen. We've got some ovens, some chests full of nothing because I was lazy and didn't feel like filling them up. Oh, I did put some food in them. And over there, some storage area which you can use. Looking out the portcullises to light of space. And the relaxation lounge area they've got, and a little bit of curtain. And of course the dinner table. So we'll head on back to engineering. That goes down to med bay and the cargo bay again. So here's engineering. I incorporated a switch here. This is the core. And I incorporated a switch here that will turn on the Firefly core and the outside engines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on so you can see how the Firefly core looks. And then I'm going to turn it back off and I'll turn it on to show you the outside difference. Actually, I guess I'll leave it on. Who cares? I'll give you a better view of that. These aren't really here, but I figured you guys are going to want to see what it does. So my computer's very laggy and that looks awful, but basically it makes a zip line of the pistons going back and forth, which get lit up to make a little cool effect. I don't know. It's kind of nice to throw it in there. So we're in the back of the Firefly core extra, and that down there is again the living crew quarters, which in the show I guess would go up in a V-like formation to each side, and this would all be core, but it was way easier to make it this way. So you'll forgive my liberties. Alright, so we'll go up. Up here is the next section, or the crew quarters area, Mal's room. Very Spartan. I didn't really feel like filling these in. I just kind of did it for an outline. If you wanted to take over and fill them up with paintings, be my guest. Once I put it up for download, it's, whatever, your property, I guess. I mean, it's still, I built it, but so don't say you did. But feel free to do it whatever you want. And yeah, I had a lot of fun building this. So, okay, so here is the cockpit. I put some lights in. Watcher's chair. Could probably use some more things, I'm sure, but at what point do you say, okay, enough is enough? I should probably just post what I'm doing instead of sitting here dicking around all day on the computer. You might say, never. Keep building. All right, so down here, the undercroft maintenance area. This, again, doesn't show in the show, but it's there, in order to flesh out the whole size. And this goes to the upper deck. I just put in a top hatch. All right, so let's show you these little areas that I told you about that I kind of had to wing because it doesn't entirely make sense at all times. So there are many different ways or interpretations of how this could work. And what I was left with was a big open area above the infirmary, which is right below me, where the engineering pod had to sit, because if I was going to make it about scale, it had to be big enough that the nose cone section was, however high for a person, and the engineering was however high for a person in the back would be, comparable. So I was left with this open area, and I left a little note in here saying, actually 2 sets, top and bottom half, and that means I totally winged it, because I did. And I think it turned out pretty well, though. So this would be the stairs here, to get down to the infirmary and up to engineering. So this is the stairs where normally in the show they just kind of stop right here, and I just made them go upstairs and go to engineering where they would pop out on the show, which was here. And I will show you, if my game lets me, I will show you what it looks like on the outside, since I'm sure you're all curious and you're like, it's totally bullshit. I mean, it looks great on the inside, but it looks like crap on the outside, I'm sure. All right, so here we go. I'll just take the airlock here, and we will start at the front, and I will increase my view settings so you guys can see everything in its glory. All right, so here's the front, the cockpit, and as we roll around the side, you can see the shuttle bays on the outside, the engine cores. That's just a marker for where I started building, is in the center and moved out. You can actually go inside the engines. They are hollow because I wanted to wire them up. And as I said, the back lights up, so that's what it looks like all lit up, and it's just, you know, off when it's not. And you could, of course, put a clock in there and makes it do some fun cycles or look cool, but again, laziness. So here's the front of an Ars shuttle. There's the airlock over there. The secondary shuttle, the secondary engine. You can see in it from here if you want. I just put a pretty simple redstone power circuit so everything would get powered at the same time, which I ran through the wings. So the wings are big enough that you could run wire through, so I just put it through there. And then, of course, the back section, the recognizable back section, which will load, hopefully. There we go. So yeah, there you have it. That's my ship. That's Serenity. And come on. There we go. And she took me probably, I would say, I don't know, like three days of solid continuous work. I mean, on and off. It was a really fun project, but definitely time consuming. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. I'll post a link to the download in the description. Let me know what you think. Subscribes are always fun. Likes, dislikes, comments, all appreciated. Also be sure to check out my other featured channel on the corner, which is Trollcan Leet, or Trollcan1337, and we have been doing a Vech Let's Play map, so check that out. That'll be fun. I'll be doing more of these pretty soon. I might do a couple more builds or post some of the non-show builds that I've done, just other spaceships that I felt like screwing around with. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.